After Jay and I got married, our family, we just had Javen. He was 2 years old. And God said, you guys are going to go. But you're going to go to France. And I have to be honest, my first thought was, oh, Europe. Oh, great. Europe was never on my radar. Europe was just kind of like this place you vacation at, right? I was like, oh, they got to know about Jesus over there. And little did I know how desolate that entire region is of really knowing who Jesus is. And so we took our 2-year-old son and we loaded him up. We said goodbye to all the grandparents, all the family, aunts, uncles. And my 2-year-old at the time didn't know any better. He was excited to be on the plane to watch a movie and to go fly in the sky, right? And we get to a new country and we start to acclimate as a family, and we started a church, which was very difficult in an agnostic environment. We would have people literally spit at us. Why would you bring that stuff here? Why would you bring Jesus here? We'd have people, if we were trying to hand out a flyer, just smack it out of our hands. Grown adults. Just saying, get that stuff out of here with different words. And we went with a team of people. There's about 25 of us at the time. And we said, we are going to start a church in the City of Lights. And we are going to shine the light on Jesus. And we're going to let people know that he still cares about them. And that's what we did. And then we had Shiloh while we were there. And then we came home and fundraised. And then after that, we headed to Egypt. And we had Amelia. Same thing. Ended up in a country that, honestly, we were not looking for that country. We were headed somewhere else, and then God said, no, I need you to come to Egypt. We were like, okay, we'll go. If that's really where you want us, we'll go. And we headed there. And we ended up in the city where Mark, one of Jesus' followers in the Bible, went to tell others about Jesus. In fact, Mark died in that city, being dragged by horses through the streets of Alexandria. And God took our family there, and there was a church that had not had a pastor in about 8 years. They were just kind of meeting together, and then someone would share. And they asked us, will you come in and take this church? So we prayed about it, and we're like, let's do it. Let's take this church. And all of a sudden, people just started coming. And they were like, wow, I didn't even know there was a church in this city. And then all of a sudden, they'd bring their friends, and they're like, they said you had food. Will you feed my friends? Sure. We'd love to talk to your friends. Bring them over. And then all of a sudden, we were the only house with cable. So we would have a game for all these college students. You want to watch soccer? Oh, I'm there. Well, what can I do? Just come. Just come. Tables open for everyone. And all of a sudden, we just get knock after knock, and all of a sudden, our house had 60, 70, 80 students there. They were there to watch soccer, but they were there to get loved on. They were there to be served. They were there to be told how great they are. And we did it because Jesus asked us to go. And I think sometimes about that church, 8 years without a pastor. Somebody didn't go. Somebody didn't go. But Jesus still loves them. Jesus still loves them. And that's what missionaries do. They bring the hope of Jesus to everyone around them. They love everyone. Man, when you are landing in a new country for the first time, you just got to make friends with everybody because you have none. You have no friends. The only people you have is each other and the family. And that's not enough. You got to have more. So we would go out and we would make friends with everybody we could. We would just greet them and try our horrible Arabic at the time. It's still horrible for me. But we would try and practice, and we just wanted to meet people. We would go out there. We didn't care where you were from, where you lived, whether you slept on the street or whether you ran the biggest company in the city. We loved you. And that's what we did. We went out there just to make him known to all people. We went there to serve. We went there just to serve. That's what missionaries do. They serve people. They go out there and they listen. And boy, they have to listen a long time sometimes Because people got a lot to say. They feel hurt and broken and left out and abandoned, and they want to share. And we just go and listen. And we spend time with people. Man, Alex was hard for me. It's a nightlife. People barely come to life at about 11 p.m. Oh, man, I've already been in bed. So I'm like, I'm out. I can't do the nightlife. But, man, Jay, that was his prime time. I'd hear the doorbell, and he'd be like, don't worry. They're coming over. Man, it was alive at 11. Literal bands would be playing outside on the street at 12 or 1 in the morning on a Tuesday night. It was a lively city. And that's what we did. We just went to spend time with people. And we helped meet their needs whenever we could. We helped just do whatever we could to help get them to understand how valuable and loved they were. And that's what missionaries do. They share the good news of Jesus, that he sacrificed for all mankind. It says in Mark 8:35, only those who give away their lives for my sake and for the sake of the good news will ever know what it really means to live. And we desire for everyone from every place to know the hope of Jesus.